As soon as Ling Yu dropped Anshin off at Anshang, Anshin convinced her brother to agree to be with her. Ling Yu asked Ailey to assist with the move. They swiftly relocated, and Ailey mentioned that this way, President Ling could feel at ease. During the company meeting, Anshin presented a tale about the nine-headed bird entering the world. She wanted to give it a try. Even though opinions varied, she acknowledged that her topic was narrow, her PPT was rushed. However, the boss requested her to refine the 10 words and give it a shot, which made Anshin very happy. Anshin went out to meet Ling Yu and told him not to wait for her but to work overtime. Reluctantly, they parted ways. When Anshin returned home, she continued working overtime until the early hours of the morning. Upon leaving the house, Anshin spotted Ling Yu still there. Ling Yu had prepared breakfast in the car. She was handed a blanket and was surprised by Ling Yu's gesture. It turned out that Ling Yu had indeed waited for Anshin downstairs all night, delivering breakfast while they were in the car. Yugwa observed from outside, puzzled by the situation. Anshin focused on building herself up psychologically. Upon checking the new comics she had written, she found herself ranked first. Anshin was thrilled. Around the corner, she overheard her colleagues discussing boringly and realized it was the data that Ling Yu had paid for. She discovered that Ling Yu had orchestrated her easy entry into the company. Anshin then informed her colleagues that despite being new, she would not rely on bot data. Anshin visited the company to find Ling Yu, but the security guard initially refused her entry. Fortunately, Dr. Xiao happened to come by and brought Anshin in. Anshin located Ling Yu and had a private conversation with him. She explained the situation again, but Ling Yu failed to understand Anshin's perspective. He believed he was acting in her best interest, dismissing Anshin's serialized work as indecent. Anshin felt that the higher she soared, the harder she fell, facing undeserved disrespect despite her efforts. Ling Yu ignored Anshin's hard work, failing to grasp her motivations. Anshin requested a break to cool off. Anshin sat quietly on the steps of the house. Her brother arrived, comforting and embracing her, a scene witnessed by Ling Yu. As the brother was leaving, Ling Yu intervened, and publicly, they reconciled. Ling Yu sought solace in the gaming console to relieve pressure. Dr. Xiao coincidentally found him there and advised him to follow his father's example. With these words, Ling Yu realized where he had gone wrong. At that moment, Anshin received a message. Someone had located Yugua's whereabouts, prompting Anshin to search for her. Unable to reach Anshang by phone, she sent a message and left. Ling Yu waited downstairs at the company with flowers. Upon inquiring with her colleagues, he learned that Anshin had left for Bishu village. Ailey informed Ling Yu that Yugua was in Bishu village, prompting him to rush there to find Anshin. At the same time, her brother also received Anshin's message and hurried away. Anshin was about to open the door, unaware of the danger awaiting her. Ling Yu suddenly stopped her. Yugua was being threatened by someone wielding a shovel. Ling Yu rushed in, but the room was empty. Seeing the impending rain, they left together. Heavy rain poured down, and Ling Yu's car ran out of gas. With no other options, they sought shelter at an inn, where the owner refused to lend them a phone or provide separate rooms. They had no choice but to share a double room. Anshang also braved the rain to find Anshin but was unsuccessful. Meanwhile, Anshin and Ling Yu found themselves on the floor in bed. Suddenly, a cockroach scurried out, prompting Ling Yu to climb onto Anshin's bed. Although they killed the cockroach, neither wanted to sleep on the ground. Anshin used a pillow as a makeshift barrier, and they both lay on the bed. After Anshin showered, Ling Yu not only dried her clothes but also her hair. These small gestures deeply moved Anshin. As they lay in bed talking, Ling Yu apologized to Anshin, and she chose to forgive him. Thinking Ling Yu was asleep, Anshin gave him a secret kiss, but Ling Yu surprised her by being awake. Ling Yu remarked on how the world lying next to him was speaking, and they shared a kiss before falling asleep.